This year marks 60 years of DB Roberts successfully helping people move home. So why don't we take a trip down memory lane where it all began here in the heart of Wellington. Join me with Bill Brookes and we'll visit our very first premises that we opened back in 1964. And I believe this is where it all began.
Indeed it is. On the 1st of June 1964, Dennis Blake Roberts opened for business as DB Roberts and Partners on the first floor of 33 Church Street, which is across the road. And the doorway was to the right-hand side of the building, which has now been covered over. And Dennis opened with a secretary, one typist receptionist, and 3 rooms and 1 telephone line. The rent that was agreed was £300 a year, £6 a week. But bear in mind, average wage in those days was about £8 a week, and you could buy a nice modern semi-detached house on the Brooklands estate in Wellington for about £2,000. So it puts it into some sort of perspective.
So times have certainly changed. So after our lease here, where did we then move to?
Well, with about a year left, Dennis decided that because the firm had grown so much and there were more staff, and we'd already opened a branch in Open Gates within 12 months, that he needed somewhere bigger with ground floor display. So he started to look around, and as it turned out, he really didn't need to look very far.
So we really didn't move far at all. Directly opposite, 8 Church Street.
Exactly, yes. And a building with an interesting history because it was owned by Mr. Newman, who was Newman's Decorators. He had his yard at the back. In the front was the china cabinet where Mrs. Newman would sell tea services and dinner services and nice little ornaments to the public. And then upstairs was the committee rooms for the Conservative Party when Bill Yates was local MP. So it had many uses, but it needed a lot of work done to it. So Dennis managed to raise the funds to buy the freehold, which he did.
So in 1969, we were in our new premises, and I remember being in this office with our fantastic window display this side. How long were we there for?
Dennis Roberts installed himself in the front office, and the firm continued to grow. We opened quite a few new branch offices, took on more staff, and it came to the point where we were filling this building. But then times changed, Church Street changed, and because we were so widely spread, it was decided that we would open a standalone specialist head office with new technology, new communications, so that we could continue to offer the sort of quality service that we do to our clients. And so this building, a lot of it was surplus to requirements.
What fantastic history. So by this time, we've been in the heart of Wellington for over 40 years. And I believe we're on the move again, staying with the community. What was so important about Wellington for DB Roberts?
We had a very successful business and were continuing to do so. And I suppose there was the thought that, well, if it's working, why leave it? We were in lots of other towns, but Wellington would always have a special place, as it still does. I went to school in Wellington, and so many people that I know over the years have used our services. And it seems that it would be inappropriate for us not to remain in Wellington. And the new branch is very successful.